for them to be able to navigate some of these products that they are receiving. But also we have VSLAs that are specific to women and some for youth, depending on the kind of investment they want to invest in. Mm-hmm. There was a question from Davis on mechanization solutions. We can also say that Two-Scale is ready also to work with you, but also there are other specific actors who work in the mechanization area, so we can be open to discuss with you for further engagements. Mr. Eric, the process of land, obtaining land. So Lucy, can you explain how you go about the land matters?
Yes, I will explain, because myself, I farm on leased land. I am a very typical Kenyan. I come from Kirinyaga, but I am based in Kajiado. So I just asked my boda guy, Aki natafuta shamba, umesikia shamba mahali? That's how I started asking. And then he told me, yes, I know, najua kuna watu wanapeananga hizi mashamba, lakini ni hivi na hivi. So for about 3 days, nilikuwa naenda nasimama kando, naambia mtu, Aki natafuta shamba, nisaidie kutafuta shamba. Nataka shamba iko na maji, nataka hivi, isipite hii pesa. Literally, that is how I was able to. The first boda guy, when I went to Kajiado, I didn't know anyone. So the first boda guy I stopped. Mwambia, sasa naitwa Lucy na tutakuwa tunafanya kazi na wewe. Sasa hebu kwanza tutafute shamba. And we went round looking for a farm. It wasn't really rocket science, but there has to be that willingness to go that extra mile. And then on my first land lease, I lost all the money for leasing that land, because we were supposed to pay yearly. I did my payment, but I paid to the wrong person. So ukienda kuchukua land lease, now I know, ensure kuna copy of a title deed hapo, imesainiwa na mwenyewe, and if you can be able to afford a lawyer, good. If you can't, you have lawyers who are friends wenye tu wako hapo, wabai lunch wakutafutia stamp, alafu ustampiwe, because I lost all, and I mean all of my money that I had saved for 1 year to lease land. Ilipotea na 3 days after nimemaliza kusign papers. But then hapo ndio niliambia mtu wangu wa buda, sasa hiyo pesa imeenda hivyo, tutafute shamba ingine. And I went, and then also on the same case last year, Kajiado, boreholes were drying up everywhere. We lost 4 acres of crop sababu maji ilienda ikashuka chini. But then what do? I still went to the same boda guy. Kwamba tukingoja hii boho tutafute shamba ingine yake. And that is how I've been able to sit down, and because the whole idea of I'm waiting for my parent to give me land, I think it's quite backward, because if you know how to read and write, I think that's the biggest investment your parent has given you. So leasing land is as cheap or as expensive as 10,000 per year. Na ukiongelelea poa, unaweza pena down payment ya 2K, alafu hizo zingine mdogo mdogo unaenda ukilipa. And then let me just touch on access to finance. In Kenya, for example, as a youth, if you want to access finance, it's that thing that youths are very volatile, and that's why most of them are not investable. Today you want to be a farmer, tomorrow you're a DJ, the day after that. Before you find your own path, it makes it risky for you to be invested in. So there are so many programs that will make you investor ready. Myself, for example, it took me about 3 years working in my business for me to even understand what is being investor ready, what is, when a financial comes to me, there's some things that in Kenya, for example, registering a business name is so easy, and it's 2,000 shillings. Na najua hiyo ni pesa ya kubet. The money is there, only that you do not have the willingness to register that business. Opening something like Lipa na M-Pesa or Equitel, it's so easy to do that, but you don't. You just get your money and you do this. You do not want to do the very small basics that will make you investor ready. So for access to finance, as much as we want to say there's no money for the youth, I believe if you look at the grants opportunities out here, 80% are for the youth and women. But also as a youth and as a woman or as a person in the space, you have to get ready to be there. Mm-hmm. Agree to go to class. Yes.
Yeah.
I think for my first 2 years in business, every day I was reading. Mpaka mamangu alikuwa anasema, yani you've gone to school, done degree, masters, then you go back to class. Because I want to understand, I need to register a business name. I need to save that 2,000 shillings so that I can afford that business name. So be ready to go do those things. If you're told to separate your accounts, if it's very hard for you, I know most of us have 2 SIM cards on the phone, okay? One SIM card, use it for business, the other one for pleasure. Those are some of the basic needs that will make you as a youth become investable. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, how do we manage men for inclusive value chains? That was a question that was asked to you.
Well, I think that is a question for all of us. The issue of men and business, they are already in business, but I think the most important thing is for the men to realize that they are not the only ones in that space. And women and youth have come up. They have shown youth to access finances, for example, for mechanization, like somebody has said, or for example, in my cooperative society, we've guaranteed our youth to access funds to buy motorbikes, to transport milk for the cooperative society.
Yeah.
And we do check-off system for them and encourage them to save as well. So that is another way of supporting youth to participate in finance, income-generating activities.
Right.
Yeah.
With this word from the chairperson, we conclude this session, and back to you, MC.
Asante sana. Why don't you guys come and stand here? We want to appreciate you for your fantastic. Ngojeni kidogo. We are going to do it in style. I mean, you guys, come on. You know El Nino is coming, huh? And for some reason, no one is including that in their conversation. We are told October to December, we are going to have slightly more than average rains. Why don't you guys stand here? We are waiting for you to stand here so that we take a group photo and then we celebrate you. Probably that is something we probably need to be aware of, lest we lose our crops. So ladies and gentlemen, let's celebrate our panel. That was very well balanced this time. We had a lot of ladies and a good representation of men. Thank you so much. You guys have done a fantastic job. Please go have your seats. All right. So this has brought us to the end of this session. But now tell your neighbor afternoon. I wanted to come to a place where you can see me so that I can see your reaction. So tell your neighbor afternoon. Tell your neighbor afternoon. Tell them you're not ready. Actually, use the South African accent. You're not ready when. Tell them they're not ready when. So in the afternoon, we have our chief guest who is here, right? And we're going to have his speech, and then thereafter, we're going to discuss something that all of us are very interested in. We have launched the Inclusive Business Club. What's next? All right? How can we plug in into the next sessions? How can we plug in into the business club? So I'd like all of us to come here after lunch. We exactly have 35 minutes for lunch. So let's go have our lunch. Don't go to the exhibition area yet. Please come back. When I come for you, please come back so that we get to start that session in good time and then have those conversations and then have clear outcomes on what we are going to do next, how we are going to plug in next, how we are going to benefit next. And then after that, then we can go back now to the exhibition and get those free things that we keep on paying for. Is that okay? If we are together, just give me a thumbs up. Great. Now, in terms of lunch, so we have 2 serving points for lunch. We have where we took our tea, that is at the exhibition area. And then we also have a serving area right here in the building at the main, I think, mess area. So you'll go through the main entrance of the building, turn left. So there'll be people to guide you. So you can either choose to go to this side or this side. Remember the word I used is either. Remember the word I used is? Yeah, so don't go to the exhibition and then come back for this one. Very clear. Is that okay? All right, so are we going to keep time? And please, when I come calling out for you guys, just come. Like, leave everything. You see the way the Bible says, when Jesus called the disciples, they left everything. So please leave everything and then come. Is that okay? All right, thank you. See you guys in the afternoon.
To remedy the situation, 2Scale, working in partnership with Tegemeo Cereals Enterprise Limited, have introduced and are enhancing the production and consumption of drought-resistant biofortified pearl millet, an improved millet variety, high-yielding and drought-resistant that is helping curb cases of malnutrition as well as benefit smallholder farmers as they increase their income.
2Scale, they supported Tegemeo to buy biofortified pearl millet because it is very expensive. Also, supporting Tegemeo to facilitate KEFIs to come to inspect crop to the field so that farmers will be able to access quality input and at affordable prices.
Ukiangalia kwa hii biofortified inamachua mapema, inachukua kama miezi 3 hivi, miezi 3 na nusu. Ukikombea na ile ya zamani inakaa kama miezi 4, miezi 5 hapo kitambo iko mai.
Despite this rising demand, the availability of sufficient quantities of biofortified pearl millet seeds remains a challenge for many smallholder farmers and aggregators like Tegemeo. Seed multiplication of biofortified pearl millet seed is a viable solution to this challenge, and this is currently underway thanks to the 2Scale and Tegemeo partnership in collaboration with Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Services, KEFIS, who ensures production of quality seed is well adhered to initiate farmer-led solution towards adequate quantities of biofortified seeds. Currently, 200 farmers are carrying out community seed multiplication of biofortified pearl millet on 80 hectares of land in Tharaka-Nithi County. They use conservation agriculture, changing the narrative from poor production to better food sufficiency.
Conservation agriculture entails 3 factors. That is the minimum tillage of the soil, crop cover, and crop rotation. When these 3 factors are constant, the production is very high as compared to the traditional method of farming, whereby when you come to root preparation, you plow all the area. But when you come to conservation agriculture, you only plow where you are going to plant.
Wakati wa zamani tulikuwa tunalima either na ng'ombe ama unalima na tractor, lakini wakati huu tunatandika kama ni hii manyasi na unakonsabu mchanga isiende kusiwe na erosion yoyote, na inakuwa machue nini na manure ya kutosha. Inatusaidia sana. Hata ukipanda mbegu inapiki vizuri.
To ensure the quality of the seed multiplied by farmers, the partnership has enlisted the support of KEFIS to conduct regular inspection for quality control.
For pearl millet, we do 2 inspections. The first inspection at flowering stage and the second inspection at maturity, like for this one. We can look at the shape of the head, the color of the grain. Then another thing we look at during the inspection is the seed-borne diseases. If we have many number of off-types, we are able to determine whether to approve or decline the crop.
2Scale has shown that in the concept of inclusive business, farmers and other entrepreneurs can work together for mutual benefit that is ideal, practical and effective.
Bila nilipewa hiyo mbegu nikapanda, imenisaidia kufungua my small business pale Trimatoro Market. Niliuza ngunia 6, nikabakisha 2 ya kutumia nyumbani na ikanipatia 36,000. Kupitia 36,000 iliniwezesha kufungua biashara yangu ya cereals ambayo imenisaidia nika extend pia nikafungua M-Pesa.
Demand for improved porridge flour from low-income consumer has also significantly increased, opening an opportunity for use of biofortified grains.
Tulikuwa tunalala njaa sana kwa sababu tulikuwa tunachukua mbegu kutoka kwa ngunia zile tunaweka kwa nyumba tunapanda. Tukipanda hakuna kitu tunavuna. Lakini wakati huu tunaenda tunanunua mbegu, tunakuja tunapanda, tunapata mavuno zaidi. Inda atigiri nyakwirana cibitari nonto kagita ka mbere aguru anaruru akoro kororwerwe nonto ntare nkwamberia kwanda mwere oju ndagaranke bya cibitari mara nde cibitari mwere okethira nde cibitari lakini endiogu rwana rwako rwegirwe rwena piembega naero thembega muno ya mwili. Hiyo maweri iko na uji tamu sana, na nikienda nikitengeneza uji kama hii ya kuzaga kwa njigwe, iko na afya. Kipatia watoto wako watakuwa na nguvu zaidi.
Agriculture is the main Agriculture is the main source of livelihood for numerous households in Kenya. But in recent years, climate change has greatly affected crop production, resulting in poor yields, especially in arid and semi-arid lands, where drought and famine has become a common feature, detrimental to food and nutrition security. Agriculture is the main source of livelihood for numerous households in Kenya. To remedy the situation, but in recent years, climate change has greatly affected Tegemeo Cereals Enterprise, resulting in poor yields, especially in arid and semi-arid lands, where drought and famine has become a common feature, detrimental to food and nutrition security. Millet variety, high yielding and drought resistant. To remedy the situation, two-scale working in partnership with Tegemeo Cereals Enterprise farmers as they increase their income and are enhancing the production and consumption of drought-resistant bio-fortified palm millet and improved millet variety, high yielding and drought-resistant that is helping curb cases of malnutrition as well as benefit smallholder farmers as they increase their income.
Crop to the field so that farmers to scale able they support Tegemeo to buy bio-fortified palm millet because is
kiangalia kwa hii bio-fortified ina machua mapema Tegemeo kama miezi 3 na nusu kikomea na ile ya zamani na kama miezi 4 miezi 5 hapo kitambo.
Despite this rising demand, the availability of sufficient quantities of bio-fortified palm millet seeds remains a challenge for many smallholder farmers and aggregators like Tegemeo.
Miezi 3 na nusu ukikombea na ile ya
Seed
zamani inakaa kama
multiplication
miezi
of
4 miezi 5 hapo
biofortified
kitambo
palm
iko
millets is despite a viable solution to
demand.
this challenge. The
And
availability is currently underway thanks to the biofortified palm millet partnership in collaboration with Kenya smallholder farmers and aggregators like Tegemeo, who ensures production of quality seed. Seed multiplication of biofortified palm millet is a viable solution to this challenge. And this is currently underway thanks to the two-scale currently and Tegemeo partnership farmers in collaboration with Kenya plant multiplication of biofortified palm millet, who ensures production of quality seed is well adhered to they use conservation farmer-led solution towards changing the narrative from bioproduction to better food sufficiency. Currently, 200 farmers are carrying out community seed multiplication of
Conservation agriculture
biofortified palm
entails
millet
to
on
3
80
factors.
hectares of land
That is the minimum
in
tillage of the
Tarakaniti
soil,
County.
crop cover,
They
and
use
crop
conservation
rotation.
agriculture, changing
When
the
these 3
narrative from
factors
poor
are
production
constant,
to
the
better
production
food
is very
sufficiency.
high as compared to the traditional method of family
Alikuwa machue
plow
nini
where you
na
are
manure
going
ya
to plant.
kutosha. Wakati wa samadi
Kusaidia
sana,
sana.
hata ukipanda
Unalima
mbegu
na
na
piki
ng'ombe
vizuri.
ama unalima na trakta,
To ensure the
lakini wakati
quality
huu
of the seed
tunatandika kama
multiplied by
ni
farmers, the partnership has
manyasi
enlisted the support of
na una
KEFIS
conserve mchanga
to conduct
isiende kusiwe na
regular
erosion
inspection
yoyote.
for quality
na
control.
inakuwa machue nini
For palm
na
millet,
manure
we
ya
do 2
kutosha.
inspections.
Inatusaidia
The
sana.
first
Hata ukipanda
inspection
mbegu
at
inapiki
flowering
vizuri.
stage, and the second
To
inspection
ensure
at
the
maturity,
quality of the
like
seed
for this one.
multiplied by farmers, the partnership
We
has
can look
enlisted
at
the
the shape of
support
the
of
head,
KEFIS
the
to
color of the
conduct
grain.
regular
Then another
inspection
thing we
for
look
quality
at
control.
during the inspection
For palm millet, we do
is
two
the seed-borne
inspections.
diseases. The first
If
inspection
we have many
at
number of
flowering
types,
stage,
we are able
and the
to
second
determine
inspection
whether
at
to
maturity,
approve
like
or,
for this one.
or decline the crop.
We can look at the
Two-scale
shape of the
has shown
head,
that in the
the color
concept
of
of
the grain.
inclusive
Then another thing we
farmers
look
and
at
other
during the
entrepreneurs can
inspection
work together
is
for
the
mutual
seed-borne
benefit that
diseases.
is ideal,
If we have many number of
practical,
types,
and
we
effective.
are able to
Vile
determine
nilipewa hiyo
whether
mbegu
to
nikapanda,
approve
imenisaidia
or,
kufungua
or
my small
decline
business
the crop.
pale
Two-scale
Tulimatoro
has
market.
shown that in the concept
Niliuza
of inclusive
ngunia
business,
6
farmers
nikabakisha
and
2
other
ya kutumia
entrepreneurs can
nyumbani
work
na
together for mutual
ikanipatia
benefit that is
36,000.
ideal,
Kupitia
practical,
36,000
and effective.
iliniwezesha nilipewa hiyo mbegu biashara yangu imenisaidia kufungua my ambayo imenisaidia pale nikaextend pia nikafungua M-Pesa 600 nikabakisha 2 ya kutumia
Demand for
nyumbani
improved
na ikanipatia
foreign flour from low-income
36,000.
consumer
Kupitia
has also significantly
36,000
increased,
iliniwezesha
opening an
kufungua
opportunity
biashara
for use
yangu
of
ya Sirius
biofortified grains.
ambayo
Tulikuwa
imenisaidia
tunalala njaa sana.
nikaextend
Kwa
pia
sababu tulikuwa
nikafungua
tunachukua mbegu
M-Pesa.
kutoka kwa ngunia zile tunaweka kwa nyumba
Demand for
tunapanda,
improved
tukipanda
foreign
hakuna
flour
kitu
from low-income
tunavuna.
consumer
Lakini
has also
wakati huu
significantly increased,
tunaenda tunanunua
opening an
mbegu,
opportunity for use of
tunakuja
biofortified grains.
tunapanda, tunapata mavuno zaidi sana, kwa sababu tulikuwa tunachukua mbegu kutoka kwa ngunia zile tunaweka kwa nyumba tunapanda, tukipanda hakuna kitu tunavuna. Lakini wakati huu tunaenda tunanunua mbegu, tunakuja tunapanda, tunapata mavuno zaidi. Rwana rwako rwena kwirana citari nero thembega muno ya kagita ka mbere ya rwana rwari kona rwena citari na nikienda nikitengeneza uji kama hii ya kuzaga kwa mara na afya kipatia watoto wako watakuwa na nguvu zaidi rwena pia mbega nero thembega muno ya mwili. Hiyo maweri iko na uji tamu sana na nikienda nikitengeneza uji kama hii ya kuzaga kwa njigwe iko na afya, kipatia watoto wako watakuwa na nguvu zaidi.
Agriculture is the main source of livelihood for numerous households in Kenya. But in recent years, climate change has greatly affected crop production, resulting in poor yields, especially in arid and semi-arid lands, where drought and famine has become a common feature, detrimental to food and nutrition security. Agriculture is the main source of livelihood for numerous households in Kenya. To remedy the situation, but in recent years, two-scale working in partnership with Tegemeo cereals enterprise in poor yields, especially in arid and semi-arid lands, where drought and famine has become a common feature, detrimental to food and nutrition security. Millet variety, high yielding and drought to remedy the situation that is helping curb two-scale of working in partnership as well as benefit smallholder farmers as they increase their income and are enhancing the production and consumption of drought-resistant biofortified palm millet and improved millet variety, high yielding and drought-resistant that is helping curb cases of malnutrition as well as benefit smallholder farmers as they increase their income.
Inspect crop to the field so that farmers two-scale will be able to access quality to buy biofortified and palm millet at affordable prices.
Ukiangalia kwa hii biofortified inamachua mapema. Nachukua kama miezi 3 hivi, miezi 3 na nusu. Ukiambia na ile ya zamani inakaa kama miezi 4, miezi 5 hapo tutamkomaa.
Despite this rising demand, the availability of sufficient quantities of biofortified palm millet seeds remains a challenge for many smallholder farmers and aggregators like Tegemeo.
Miezi 3 na nusu. Ukikombea na ile ya zamani inakaa kama miezi 4, miezi 5 hapo tutamkomaa.
Despite is a viable solution to this challenge, the availability of currently underway thanks to the biofortified palm and Tegemeo partnership remains a challenge for many smallholder farmers and aggregators like Tegemeo, who ensures production of quality seed. Multiplication of biofortified palm millet seed is a viable solution to this challenge, and this is currently underway thanks to the two-scale and Tegemeo partnership in collaboration with Kenya Seed Health Inspection of biofortified palm millet, who ensures production of quality seed is well adhered to initiate conservation solution towards changing the narrative from bioproduction to better food sufficiency. Currently, 200 farmers are carrying out community seed multiplication of biofortified palm millet on 80 hectares of land in Agribusiness County.
Crop cover,
they use conservation agriculture, changing the narrative from production to better
production
food
is very
sufficiency.
high as compared to the traditional method of farming whereby conservation agriculture entails you plow all the area, that is the minimum tillage of the soil. Conservation agriculture, crop cover, you only plow where you are going to plant. When these three factors are constant, the production is very high as compared to the traditional method of farming whereby when you come to that preparation, you plow all the area, but when you come to conservation agriculture, you only plow where you are going to plant.
Wakati wa samadi sana, hata ukipanda mbegu inapiki vizuri ama unalima na tractor.
To ensure the quality of the seed multiplied by farmers, the partnership has enlisted the support of KEFIS to conduct regular inspection for quality control.
For palm millet, we do 2 inspections. The first inspection at flowering stage, and the second inspection
to ensure the quality of the seed multiplied by farmers, the partnership has enlisted the support of KEFIS
the
to
color of the
conduct
grain.
regular
Then another
inspection
thing we
for
look at
quality control.
during the inspection. For palm millet, we do 2 inspections. The first inspection at flowering stage, and the second inspection at maturity, like for this one. We can look at the shape of the head, the color of the grain. Then another thing we look at during the inspection is the seed-borne diseases. If we have many number of types, we are able to determine whether to approve or decline the
making silage.
Two-scale
These two
has
interventions
shown that in the concept of
help their
inclusive
farmers
business,
because our
farmers
small-scale
and other
farmers
entrepreneurs
were
can
able
work
to increase
together
their
for mutual benefit
volume.
that is
Two-scale realizing the need to
practical,
improve the
and
dairy sector in
effective.
Kieni,
Vile nilipewa
partnered
hiyo
with
mbegu
KDPL.
nikapanda, imenisaidia kufungua my small business pale Tulimatoro market. Niliuza gunia 6 nikabakisha 2 ya kutumia nyumbani na ikanipatia 36,000. Kupitia 36,000 iliniwezesha kufungua biashara yangu ya Sirius ambayo imenisaidia nikaextend pia nikafungua M-Pesa.
And the initiative is aimed at accelerating adoption and preservation of fodder. There is a lot of fluctuation in the milk production in the country as a whole, not in Kieni daily. But Kieni was unique because also it's a dry area of Kenya, so they were having a lot more challenges in terms of seasonality. So through this initiative, we were able to mobilize 1,000 farmers who have at least 5 acres of land or more to be able to produce fodder, and another 10 farmers who have 50 acres of land or more to be able to produce fodder, use it for their own, first of all, production, and then sell the excess to the other farmers within their area.
We have now learned a lot the importance of the silage. Two-scale have also helped me now to commercialize on my fodder
Nianza kulima hii foda, mapato yangu imeongezeka. Naweza pata kama
nikitengeneza kama hii ya kuzaga kwa iko na
Alliance will be a game changer for the dairy industry.
Watakuwa na
nguvu
nguvu
zaidi.
zaidi.
To an increased production of fodder and therefore subsequently increase milk production.
Mimi ni service provider, nimekuja kufanyia huyu mkulima fodder ama kuweka silage na ni kazi inanifurahisha sana juu nilifunzwa na hawa watu wa 2Scale.
For sustainability, we introduced the concept of demo farms where farmers go to learn from their peers on dairy production. We have established 100 such farmers, and one of the farmers that we are working with is Grace Muregi, who has now become a community educator.
To remedy the situation, 2Scale, working in partnership with Tegemeo Cereals Enterprise Limited, have introduced and are enhancing the production and consumption of drought-resistant biofortified palm millet, an improved millet variety, high-yielding and drought-resistant that is helping curb cases of malnutrition as well as benefit smallholder farmers as they increase their income.
We have seen a bit of resilience during the time which we have been struggling with this drought.
We have trained milk transporters on milk handling, on milk testing, and also the need to deliver milk on time. This strategy has helped to reduce milk rejection.
I'm able to do this work because we had a training at KDPL.
Quality input and at affordable prices.
Ukiangalia kwa hii Bio45 inamachua mapema, nachukua kama miezi 3 hivi, miezi 3 na nusu.
Despite this rising demand, the availability of sufficient quantities of biofortified palm millet seed remains a challenge for many smallholder farmers and aggregators like Tegemeo. Seed multiplication of biofortified palm millet seed is a viable solution to this challenge, and this is currently underway thanks to the 2Scale and Tegemeo partnership in collaboration with Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Services, who ensures production of quality seed as well adheres to initiate farmer-led solution towards adequate quantities of
biofortified seed. The IT solution we have in place is called DigiFarm. Currently, 200 farmers are carrying out community seed multiplication of biofortified palm millet on 80 hectares of land in as we have shown our accountability and our willingness to ensure we work together.
Yes, farmers' confidence is key, and so is gender inclusivity. You should meet Jane Kingori, who has transformed Watuka society.
As a female
conservation agriculture entails two factors. That is the minimum tillage of the soil,
even
crop
women
cover,
can do
and
better
crop
than
rotation.
men because of the forums that have been
when
already
these three
increased.
factors are
I have
constant,
this say when
the production
we
is
meet the
very
other men
high
that I
as
have
compared
the
to the
capacity.
traditional
So
method of farming,
I'm
whereby
able to
when you come to rat preparation,
to believe that I can
all
do
the area,
more than
but when it
better
comes to
than
conservation
men.
agriculture,
And perhaps to
you only
2Scale empowered KDPL to go into value addition and marketing. Now KDPL has even established retail milk outlets to be able to reach their base of the pyramid consumers.
Value addition has helped us improve our profit margin as compared to selling raw milk.
Kama
tutaendelea kushirikiana na KDPL tena tuwe na tunasomesha hawa wakulima
multiplied by farmers. The partnership has enlisted the support of KEFIS to conduct regular inspection for quality control.
For palm millet, we do
the future of the dairy sector in Kenya is bright and promising.
At flowering stage,
this is because we have a growing middle class, the economy is improving, therefore we have more consumers of milk,
at the shape of the
and
head,
therefore the
the
smallholder
color of the
farmers have a
grain.
bigger
Then another
market,
thing we
which
look
means
at
improved
during
incomes
the
for
inspection
them.
is the seed-borne diseases. If we have many number of off-types, we are able to determine whether to approve or decline the crop.
2Scale has shown that in the concept of inclusive business, farmers and other entrepreneurs can work together for mutual benefit that is ideal, practical, and effective.
Vile nilipewa hiyo mbegu nikapanda, imenisaidia kufungua my small business pale Tulimatwero market. Niliuza ngunia 6, nikabakisha 2 ya kutumia nyumbani, na ikanipatia 36,000. Kupitia 36,000 iliniwezesha kufungua biashara yangu ya Serious, ambayo imenisaidia nika-extend pia nikafungua M-Pesa.
These two interventions helped us farmers because our small-scale farmers were able to increase their volume.
2Scale realizing the need to improve the dairy sector in Kenya partnered with KDPL.
Kwa sababu tulikuwa tunachukua mbegu kutoka kwa ngunia, zile tunaweka kwa nyumba, tunapanda. Tukipanda hakuna kitu tunavuna. Lakini wakati huu tunaenda tunanunua mbegu
inclusive
tunakuja tunapanda tunapata mavuno zaidi.
Availing a more nutritious
inda atiginya kwirana chitari.
The two-scale program is implemented the subsector change initiative in Nyeri, and the initiative is aimed at accelerating adoption and preservation of fodder. There is a lot of fluctuation in the milk production in the country as a whole, not in Kieni Dairy. But Kieni was unique because also it's a dry area of Kenya, so they were having a lot more challenges in terms of seasonality. So through this initiative, we were able to mobilize 1,000 farmers who have at least 5 acres of land or more to be able to produce fodder, and another 10 farmers who have 50 acres of land or more to be able to produce fodder, use it for their own, first of all, production, and then sell the excess to the other farmers within their area.
We have now learned a lot and the importance of the silage keeping. Two-scale have also helped me now to commercialize on my fodder production.
Agriculture is the main source of livelihood for numerous households in Kenya. But in recent years, climate change has greatly affected crop production, resulting in
Alliance will be a game changer for the dairy industry.
Semi-arid lands,
it will lead to an increased production of fodder and therefore subsequently increase milk production.
To remedy the situation, Two-Scale, working in partnership with Tegemeo Cereals Enterprise
service provider,
introduced and enhancing the production and consumption of drought-resistant biofortified palm millet and improved millet variety, high-yielding and drought-resistant that is helping curb cases of malnutrition as well as
for sustainability. We introduced the concept of demo farms where farmers go to learn from their peers on dairy production. We have established 100 such farmers, and one of the farmers that we are working with is Grace Murendi, who has now become a community educator.
Also, supporting Tegemeo to facilitate KEFIs to come to inspect, talk to the field, so that farmers will be able to assess quality, input, and affordable prices.
Ukiangalia kwa hii Bio 45 inamachua mapema, inachukua kama miezi 3 hivi.
Despite
this rising demand, the availability of sufficient quantities of biofortified palm millet seed remains a challenge for many smallholder farmers.
We have trained milk transporters on milk handling, on milk testing, and also the need to deliver milk on time. This strategy
is a viable solution to this challenge.
I'm able to do this
currently underway thanks to the Two-Scale and Tegemeo partnership in collaboration with Kenya Plant Health Inspectorate Services, KEFIS, who ensures production of quality seed is well adhered to initiate farmer-led solutions towards adequate quantities of biofortified seed. Currently, 200 farmers are carrying out community seed multiplication of biofortified palm millet on 80 hectares of land in Tharaka-Nithi County. They use conservation agriculture, changing the narrative from poor production to better food sufficiency.
Kila mkulima anatumia Kieni na Lusanga message. Sasa ameshaingia
wakati tuingia hiyo kwa
kidogo.
When these three factors are constant, the production is very high as compared to the traditional method of farming, whereby when you come to run preparation, plow all the area, but when you come to conservation agriculture, you only plow where you are going to plant.
As we have shown our accountability and our willingness to ensure we work together.
Yes, farmers' confidence is key, and so is gender inclusivity. You should meet Jane Kingori, who has transformed Watuka society.
Mchanga isiwe na erosion yoyote.
I have been encouraged by